All right. Well, we are officially up and running. I'm just going to get the notifications out. But while we do that, why don't we have somebody go over what happened last time? There wasn't much.
What did happen last time?
Can I be heard?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're probably echoing.
No, I don't think my thing's on.
Oh, you look like
No, we
you
can
had
No, I
hear
your.
can hear you
fine.
fine.
It looked like her hand was on the push to talk, so I.
Cool.
Well,
Last time, what did we do last time? Last time, we started going over a plan, and someone was listening in, and I was like, "There's fish," and there was fish. And then he tried blackmailing us. And then we made a deal, or
oh
started to make a
yeah, it's
deal.
the full Nosferatu dude.
Called himself Screech. And we got to a point where we agreed that he wouldn't spill the information in exchange for a boon.
Hmm.
And we also promised to tell him what was in the box we brought to Vancouver
Yeah, you guys.
if we went with him to if he took us to Douglas.
Funny thing, you don't know what's in the box.
Yep.
Sybil does. But she's Malkavian.
All right. Well, we will pick up where we had so abruptly ended due to my chair breaking last week. Um, we find ourselves once again back at the Velvet Getaway. It's early in the evening, and you all have gathered in the basement, or actually not in the basement. You guys are in the back storage offices, discussing with the Nosferatu Screech how to go about trying to find Mr. Velvet. Something that he hadn't really promised, but he said he would guide you through the sewers nonetheless to get you to where you need to go. Or at the very least, make sure you don't die trying to traverse the labyrinth. So here we stand, after agreements have been made for a boon, and then the promise to share information of your own accord of what stayed in the box at the start of your mission. And so, Screech, dressed in his thick overcoat with the hood pulled up over much of his face that casts a shadow over the upper portion of him, keeping only his lower jaw visible to you all. He just smiles, showing rows of sharp piranha like fangs, and he says, "Well, I suppose we should be getting started then."
I think I misunderstood before. I think I understand your words now. Sometimes, maybe. Sometimes. Are you able to guide us to the aforementioned homeless if I describe them better?
I cannot give you an answer to that without knowing what I'm looking for.
Okay, let's see.
Is that like a really bad pun because she's blind?
It very
I
well
didn't
could
even
be.
get that.
Hmm.
Well, her name is Delphi. And she has a hat that covers her forehead down to here. I think they called it a beam. They wear a bean on their head.
Okay, so I'm looking for a homeless woman in a beanie.
One that is kindred.
Kindred homeless in a beanie. That actually narrowed it down quite significantly. You'd be surprised.
Really, how many are there?
There's probably only about 100 homeless kindred. I mean, I assume that they wear beanies to pass off as, kind and whatnot. But we could probably start tipping over every homeless beanie person from here to Seattle if you really are so inclined.
Is it enough information, or do you need more?
Oh no, I'm gonna need a lot more information than that. Like, you haven't given any real physical descriptions other than wearing a hat.
I look in the direction of Aldrich's aura. You can see her. Saw her. You can saw her. You saw her. See her.
Yeah, pretty boy, you can saw her. Why don't we speed this along? Contrary to popular belief, I actually don't have all night to play 20 questions.
We can always talk as we head over through the sewers or whatever.
No, you're going to want to give your full undivided attention in the labyrinth.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember out of game how Delphi looked. So,
can Sybil be sure she was ever there at all?
I don't think we got much more than
beanie homeless woman.
yeah. But
If you'll allow me to just say, Aldrich will give a description of how she looked.
Why don't we make a roll for it?
can I assist?
No, because you already told them that was the most you knew. Why don't you roll me a wits plus I feel like it should still be craft, even if you're not doing like a police sketch, but you're trying to craft the description from your mind.
Oh, I was gonna go charisma.
Nope. This is his memory box working, not his personality. So if you could, wits plus craft. And I'll give you a dice bonus because you actually saw them. So you should be able to give some better details.
That is the best I can do.
It is the best you can do. I was going to ask if you wanted to use any willpower, but it's a moot point. It's actually not a hard DC. It was really just to see if you rolled the 0. So, yes, you're able to give a description. You'll recall that she actually had shaggy, graying blonde hair. Her clothes matched a homeless vagrant who wandered about dressed in layers of disheveled clothes. The eyes that you saw were brown. Her complexion looked, I almost said Slavic, but that's not the right word. They look Grecian. So it's got that kind of olive complexion and the dark graying hair. They're not very tall. They probably were about 5'6", and probably was very skinny underneath all the layers. It's a bit easier for Screech to go off of. He goes, kindred of that description. I'm gonna be honest with you. Your friend there thinks that just because I know information, I should know information about anybody and everybody. You seem more like a realist who will understand that finding somebody takes time, and I'm not like a fucking bloodhound where I'll pick up her scent and lead you straight to her. I didn't even know who she was talking about before you mentioned it. I could figure out who this is, put some feelers out, but that'll take time.
Understandable.
Oh, good. Somebody's understandable. All right. So, I agreed to take you into the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
You know where you're going.
Toward that person.
Which person?
The one
I
described
mean,
when you find them.
He looks to Aldrich again, and he just kind of gives that look like. So now I'm taking.
I do not believe we will be going into the sewers this evening.
Okay, so you just want me on call when you need to go in. That's fine. I'm not saying that that's a problem. I'm just trying to make sure I understand because our plan keeps changing.
Yes, please.
Okay.
We want you to find this woman and then come back and bring us to her.
All right. That's
It doesn't have to be tonight, but when you can.
okay. You understand that doesn't necessarily require going through the sewers, then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
Why do you smell like fish? Is it like your favorite food?
Yeah. Why don't we just go with that?
Okay.
It's definitely not any awful things that have to do with my bloodline. Makes me look like a fucking monster walking around or anything. Some of us can just be charming and quirky and cute and small, but others of us look like, well, this. He pulls his hood back, and Aldrich and Josie, I will need fear checks from the both of you. I will not describe what he looks like, but it is
It is unfathomable.
Yeah, it's the thing of nightmares. So I will just ask for. Actually, there isn't a fear roll on there, is there?
I think you're gorgeous.
Yep. Just roll me a willpower roll. You don't have to untick it. I just want to see how this works. He's just gonna pull his. This is like the urge to not freak the fuck out at seeing what's under his hoodie. Mm-hmm.
1.
Checks
Turn around and
out.
vomit.
Yeah. Josie, you look at it, and there is very much the urge to scream. Aldrich, you probably contain yourself, but inwardly you're screaming.
See, I wouldn't have held back. I would have been like, "Oh my fucking god, you're gross!"
Yeah, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Aldrich, yours is like when it's the anime and like the character looks very stoic, but then like their persona behind them is like, "Holy fuck, what is that?" That's basically where your composure holds up. And he puts the hood back up, and like the shadow covers up much of his face, and he says, "Yeah."
Thank you.
So, byproduct of being what I am is that I also stink of high tide.
I don't see what the big deal is.
No, I can't imagine you would.
You don't see anything. You know, for once I actually wish I was in that situation.
I wish I was blind so I wouldn't have to see your fucking face.
Literally.
That's fine. Gangrel. Are we done then?
Like, what the fuck? Seriously.
Yes,
what?
I think we are.
Thank you, Mr. Screech.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he.
I touched you.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Have a good evening, Mr. Rivers.
Yeah, he starts to walk out, but he brushes past Josie first, and he leans in and he goes, "That hand will never."
I
be
push him out of the
clean."
way.
Nope. He gets these words across first, then you push him aside, but he goes, "That hand will never be clean." And then you push him, and he just kind of adjusts himself on the foot, and then laughs as he walks out the back door.
He liked it when you heard him.
Yeah, I know.
And yeah, your
Fucking
hand
gross.
has a fishy smell to it.
I go clean it.
There isn't enough soap in all of Vancouver.
Guess we'll have to go to another city.
It's an option.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the thought of just cutting it off and waiting for it to regrow.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, I could.
At this point, yeah.
Are we planning on doing anything over the next few days?
I mean,
Talk.
you had plans.
Are we gonna
I
meet your
did.
friends?
Yeah. I
Let's
was just
go.
trying to see if we would have enough time for me to regrow my hand.
Well,
You guys have
if you
all the
want
time
to show off
that
your
you
battle
need.
scars, you can show off your missing hand.
Tell them
Why
I
are
did
you
this to
missing a
myself.
hand?
Huh?
Why are you missing a hand?
I'm not right now, but I'm highly debating it. Eldrick, do you have gloves? You seem like the type of person that would have gloves.
You're not wrong. I'll go get her some gloves.
Are these fancy gloves or these throwaway rubber
I mean-
gloves? What are we talking here?
I mean, Eldrick is fancy.
Yeah, that's why it's an important question.
I mean, he has both.
Well, which do you bring?
Fancy ones.
You bring her
What'd
a
you say?
single. Do you bring her a single satin glove?
No, I will bring the pair of satin gloves.
Uh,
Burn those when you're done.
I will. And I put one on. Put the other in my pocket for later. I can flip it
It's a
upside
look.
down and use it on the same hand.
That is a look.
Inspired by Michael Jackson.
I like listening to music.
Music likes listening to you.
Let's go say hi. Wait. Yes. Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to get Bond to bring me my notebook from downstairs, which has all of my notes in it from last session.
Do you need to just go grab it? It's fine.
Well, it's all the way downstairs, and I don't feel like grabbing it, so
It's mood.
and they're available. So, but yeah, we can do. Do we want to go to
Yes.
the bar?
What bar?
Ooh, where the
That
girl
was the
gang
plan.
is?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, remind me, which bar is this?
It's the girl gang bar.
Girl gang bar.
I'm not meeting up
Valkyries.
with Audrey. Aubrey, whatever
Aubrey.
her name is. I get them mixed up.
Yeah, it was Aubrey. Audrey?
Audrey.
Because it's...
Yeah, I was like,
Aubrey.
Aubrey is Adventure Zone.
Yes.
I think. Yeah,
I think
Aubrey.
so. Okay.
But yeah, we can. I'll show them the way. The way.
Damn delay. Alright. So, yeah, you end up taking them. You all travel by foot because Daniel's busy. How do you guys go about getting there?
Uber?
I mean, it's a bar. We can always take an Uber.
Is that
Not too
acceptable?
sus.
Is that acceptable to Mr. Lee? An Uber?
Yes, that'll be fine.
Get her in the fucking car, Aldrich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you order an Uber. An Uber. You order an Uber.
I done it.
You done did it. You call an Uber. It takes probably only 15 minutes for it to reach the Velvet Getaway, and it pulls up. There's a middle-aged woman seated in it. It's a Tesla. A bit of spacious back room. She pulls up, gives one good honk to signal that she's there, and when you all file out...
Activate Blush of Life.
Alright, make a rouse check for me.
I'll actually do the same. It's not a bad idea.
Aldrich becomes hungrier. Josie does not. It's just a
Where
rouse
is
check,
my...
darling.
Oh, there it is.
And Sybil becomes hungrier. Becomes hunger.
I become hunger itself.
Yes.
Your name is John.
Where's everybody's hunger at right now?
2
Dos.
dots.
2.
Everybody's at 2? Okay. So, middle-aged black woman sitting in the driver's seat. When you all come, the passenger seat is open. There's spacious enough room for all 3 of you to squeeze in the back seat if you so desired. But she sees you all coming out and that the Velvet Getaway's lights are off and it's still in its state of disrepair. And she smiles and opens up one of the doors and says, "Evening. Where am I taking y'all tonight?"
Hello.
Insert bar name here.
Yep, because that name also escapes me. And she's like, I know the way. And she punches in the GPS on the little dashboard.
Oh, wait. Before I get in, who are you here to pick up? Safety.
Oh, she recites whatever you guys had put down. Since you didn't specify to me, she just recites whatever information you gave her.
Good.
I've only driven an Uber once, and I do think you have to tell them where you want to go beforehand too. So I might have messed that believability.
It's okay.
up.
Well, normally they ask like, "Oh, where do you want to go?" Even if they already have it, just
Right,
to make
just
sure.
to verify that you're the person.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you always, not always, but you should be like, "Who are you here to pick up?" And they're like, "Casey," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Here we go.
They go 3 unholy vampires, and then they stake Aldrich, set Sybil on fire, run
On
Josie.
fire.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, she punches it in, and what's the seating arrangement for the 3 of you?
Aldrich would
doesn't
go in
want
the
to.
back seat.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can go in the front.
All right.
Okay.
And Sybil will slide in the back with Aldrich. And so she puts on some music, and Josie, for the ride, it's probably, another 20 minutes. She's talkative. She's very friendly about, who you are, where you're going, why were you at this rundown-looking bar, you're going to a nicer bar, that seems really nice. She's like, oh yeah, I know the one, drove by it a few times. A lot of bikers like to hang out there. You don't look like the biker type, but that's fine. She's just being overly friendly for a driver.
I'm totally talking back with her, responding, saying, "Yeah, totally, they're my friend. They're getting me into the biker scene."
Oh, that's so
Pretty
nice.
interesting.
I'm singing along to the music.
Mm-hmm. And it's, she's got, she saw Sybil get in the car, and so she put on, Radio Disney for her.
Disney countdown.
There you go.
Sorry.
It's okay. We all listen to it. It's fine. And it's not long before the vehicle pulls up in front of the bar. And so she takes out the phone and she's like, received your payment. You guys have a great night now. And remember to leave
You
5
too.
stars.
I
Give her
will. And
5
I leave it right there and
stars.
show her.
Oh wow, you show him the 5. Nice. And she's
Yeah.
like, 5 back for you, and she swipes it and nods.
Thank you.
There you are, standing outside of this bar. It has the appearance of a biker gang bar. There's a long row of probably like 12 choppers of various modifications and styles. Some long handlebars, some really squished together. It runs the assortment. But Josie, you notice the 4 of them off to their own side, and they're all black and painted with gold runes and the tri-knots and stuff twisted into it. Very, very Valkyrie emblazoned on it. It's a dead giveaway that your friends are here.
Is that a triquetra?
Oh, what?
You even
Yeah.
see that.
In my brain. I'm not even staring at the motorcycles.
Well, those are their bikes over there. So they're here. Which is, I guess, a good thing. Vaughn, hello.
I'm gonna go.
Hello.
I'm gonna use my Auspex to keep an eye out for any hidden beings other than kind.
Alright, also, apparently, even though I saved their entry, it didn't record their names. Tell me you have them written down.
Let me.
I do not, because I have not met them before.
Yeah, no,
I
it
do
was
not
directed.
either.
It was directed at the person who actually knows them. I
I
thought I
did
had it
not.
written down, but apparently not. I know it's in the chat. It just means finding.
I
it.
have it somewhere. It's
Probably
just,
in your
I don't
notebook that you
remember.
can't get.
Yeah, I've recently been like, so the notebook I wrote stuff in last week had well, just my everyday notebook. But then sometimes I write some in my Josie notebook, and sometimes I just find a random notebook and start writing stuff in it and think, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna remember that it's in here. Then I don't remember it.
Let's see.
Bruh, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
You're not coming.
that's fine. I'm gonna find this set of names that I posted. Could've sworn I did it. Could've sworn I done. Apparently it's not here. Oh my. 10 pages of backlogs. Why you do this?
It's mostly dice rolls.
I know it is. That's why it's so hard to find everything. Oh god, it goes all the way back to the first season. Ah. Alright, it shouldn't be that.
Debbie, Deborah, Jonesy, and Jesse. There.
That doesn't sound right.
It's not right.
You know, I thought I had it in here too, but I can't find it.
I know it's here. I just gotta find it between all of the Sense the Unseen posts. Take up so much space. Oh, no, that's way too far. That's rock show rules. Right. No, now it's AJ rules. Alright. Whoop. Ah, there it is. Anja, Breen, Vilka, and Sam.
Might want to repost those.
No.
Yes.
No.
Do it now!
Never.
You're fired, Ren.
Well, alright. You're taking over then. Salvage this train wreck.
Alright, you guys
That was
win.
already gonna be-
Anarch take over the city. There are no more Camerilla.
Oh, dang. That's going to be awkward next season.
Everybody gets back, it's just a big crater.
What the
What the
hell
fuck happened?
Huh?
What Domino's person?
Right.
Aww. And you got a Dr. Pepper.
I asked them to get me one. They took so long to get my notebook.
Alright, so there you go. You got your names. Anja, Breen, Vilka, and Sam.
See, every time I'm in a session, I think I write great notes. Just like last session, I thought I wrote great notes, and now I'm reading it, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Also, Arg brought up a great point. If you guys start a fight here or have to retreat in a haste, knock those bikes over, domino those
Yep.
shit. And then you'll have like the Fey Court bikers chase you on the highway.
They're so small, but they punch so hard.
I'm assuming we're ready to move forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
I stroll on in.
I use my blind walking stick.
So Josie, got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It backs up as something I can throw whenever I get attacked by a gangrel.
So you yeet Josie at other gangrel.
Yes.
Got it. All right. So you all enter this club, which I will now name as well, and it will be committed to the ages. Tavern name generator. I guess I should just do bar, huh? Because tavern will be some dumb 3.5. The ultimate bar name generator. Love it. Let's see what we got here. Generate name. These are not ultimate at all. They suck. Okay. I feel lied to. Random names from modern bars.
The Hangman's Tavern.
The Hangman's Teat. Bar and drinking places. Ah, perfect. This is called the Loose Moose Saloon.
Loose what?
Loose Moose Saloon. Because it's Canada.
Loose
you
goose and
see.
moose? Wait.
Loose Moose Saloon.
Because we're in Canada.
Yes. Loose Moose Saloon. Alright. So, this is the Loose Moose Saloon. It is a biker gang, and when you all enter, there is some like soft rock country playing, and this is we established that this was a biker lesbian dive bar, I believe. So there are a good number of lumberjanes there, mixed in with the occasional cutesy college girls who are looking for some big strong arms to fall into for the night. But seated in the back at a rounded table that has all of their backs to a corner are the Valkyries. They immediately notice Josie when she walks in, and they hop up and they're like, "Josie, awoo!" And they all like take a moment and howl before rushing towards you, and they scoop you up in a giant hug, and they're like, "How the hell are you?"
I get caught up in the moment and I howl with them.
Doing good.
That's great. We were really starting to get worried you were getting soft and you didn't want to come, screw shit up with us.
Isn't that all I am, soft?
Ha. Well, we promised to make you tough after all. And who's the kid and the pretty boy?
They are my friends.
They kind of eye Aldrich up and down. Friends, huh? Seems...
Not in that kind of way. They're not my family. This is not my husband. That's not my kid. Don't worry.
That's good. That's good. No, that wasn't really what I was worried about. They got the stink on them.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to go sit down and talk?
I
Yeah.
went over to Aldrich and I asked, "What's the stink?"
Let's
I
sit
don't think
down.
it's anything to be worried about.
Let's sit down and talk. It'll be easier. Too many eyes, too many ears. Everybody wants
I
a
agree.
piece of. Everybody wants a piece of Anya, and well, we just don't have all night for that.
Speaking of eyes and ears, I want to check for any other unnatural entities besides those present.
Okay. As you know, since the unseen is always active, and if
Yep.
there was something there, I would let you know.
Yeah, but something, but they could also be potentially hiding.
And the thing says I roll it,
And
if
if
there's
they're-
something there, I tell you.
Okay.
That's how you. But
But if you were to search through a building room by room, then you'd roll yourself.
Okay. Understood.
Otherwise, Ren rolls in secret.
Gotcha.
So, you all head back. The booth is large. It has more than enough space for the four of them to sit comfortably and scoot to one side, and then leave enough room for the three of you to sit to take over the other half circle that makes up this booth. When they do, they order some strong meats that they convince the bartender to start importing for them. It is a Norwegian imported honey mead, and they insist that you all drink it as well.
Okay.
I would have thought that you would have remembered what my favorite drink was.
It's an apple teeny, but you're here to talk business, so we're gonna drink to business, not to party.
Okay, sounds good. I just wanted to see if you remembered.
Of course I remember, and she winks at you. So, why the hell are you all here?
Well, I mean, I guess we can just get right to it.
Mm-hmm. I like
Yeah.
it direct.
Yeah, so, we talked briefly last time about you possibly helping us, and us helping you.
That I did.
Yeah, so I've run into a slight issue. Turns out, our plans sort of conflict with each other.
They
Slightly.
have to, though.
What Josie means is, we need something from Clan Tremere, and they asked us if we could get the issues going on at the airport to stop for a time. And I understand that's not something you want to do.
I didn't realize your
But
friends were working for the Camerilla.
They have something I need and they're dangerous and I don't want them to eat me.
You see, the way these type of things work is you're their friend until you're not. It's keep your friends close, enemies closer, that kind of thing.
You know, it's really strange. They don't often see it that way. They tend to have
Yeah,
a
they
shoot
don't.
and ask questions later sort of approach, especially
Yeah,
the Anarchs.
That's how oppressors do it. Unfortunately.
So, what you're saying is you brought your friends here to people who are causing trouble for Clan Tremere to do what?
Well, we wanted to see if we could work out a deal.
To wait for bigger
Yeah.
See if we can
He's
send you
the
after some
talker.
other targets for a little bit.
Well, I mean, if we could... You know anywhere else that the Tremere have holdings that we could shake up? Because we're here to disrupt one of the linchpins. It's supposed to be making Josie's life easier for her own job. I didn't know she was getting in bed with the Camerilla themselves.
She's not.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
just
no,
the
I'm
two of
definitely
you then.
not.
My mistake.
See, in order for me to do what I want to do, I unfortunately need to get my hands dirty. And not in the good way. I hold up my glove. My
Wanwan
gloved
rating was
hand.
17. Hello.
Hello.
Hello! Thank
Hello.
you! But yeah. Cause, you know, what normal people would consider dirty, it's not really dirty for me.
We are aligned. I don't see any reason why we should hold back.
Well, see, the thing is, you're not really making a very convincing argument that we're aligned. You basically just said you're working for the Tremere, which work for the Camerilla, and we're Anarchs, and we're here to cause problems for Tremere, so explain to me how our goals are aligned.
She wants to fight
Because
for Rose.
when we get what we want, and we're close to the prince, well, I'm sure you can see how that'd be useful.
I
There's a
mean,
plan in place.
any Camerilla dog wants to be close to the prince. That doesn't really clarify anything.
Basically,
She wants
the
to
thing-
rip down the rose.
The thing I'm suggesting could be that they're suggesting it too, honestly, only talked over it a little bit, is basically if you were to attack them now and cause trouble for them now, let's say you're only going to get to like here. See? Like, this is a diagram. This is the starting point. You attack them now, you'll get to here. If you wait a little bit, let us do what we want to do, you'll get to like here. You'll probably get further, actually.
Do you want me to give the?
I'm looking for the sort of information that puts my mind at ease. That you're not just telling me what I want to hear because you just admitted you're working for our enemy.
If you let us do what we need to do, I will give you the location of their chantry.
Now, see, that is much more helpful
See,
information.
I know the location! I was just explaining
All
my
right.
side of things.
No, that's good. All right, pretty boy, we'll make a deal. We back off from the airports for a while.
And I do have another location you could attack if you don't want to wait that long.
Absolutely. We don't like sitting around for long unless there's a good reason to do so. But if you could give us the Chantry's location, that would make our jobs easier down the road. It would make Josie's job easier. And we're here to help Josie after all. Bigby told us to make your job easier, so...
And this would make our job much easier.
Well, why the hell didn't you say that in the first place?
See, like I said, I'm not the talker.
Alright. Tell us where you need us to go. We'll... Oh, Astani rating as well. Hello!
Hi, Astani. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Astani.
Astani was playing Bloodlines earlier. They're playing a Malkavian playthrough, so that's fun. Hi, guys. Welcome. Sit down. Pull up a chair. The coterie here is in a discussion with some gangrels that call themselves the Valkyries. So they are a biker gang that's going to fuck shit up for their attempted movement. Yes, I appreciate you. So, she says, go ahead and tell us where you need us to strike. We'll cause chaos and havoc away from the airport, and that'll make your mission easier for the time being.
Yes, what I need you to do is start striking north of the river. I have it on good authority. That's where the sheriff lays her claim.
Trader
And if you get her
Bruja?
attention divided,
Absolutely.
yes, that's the one.
The four of them all kind of look at each other and just... Josie, you know the look of Predator, that excited Predator about to go on a hunt. And they kind of look at each other and start speaking in Swedish to each other for a moment. And then the lead one turns back and looks at you all. And she says, "You've got yourself a deal. Crack it. Crack at the sheriff? Absolutely."
This seems like it'll be beneficial to both of us.
Indeed. And she sets down her phone and she slides it over to you. "Put your number in here. We can contact you before the attack starts. We'll keep the sheriff and their little pups busy so it doesn't cause any problems for you all."
I will put in my phone number.
You slide the phone back,
Yes.
and she takes it and she tucks it away into her leather coat. I would say that even though you're pretending to kiss the boots of Clan Tremere, you may want to crack open one of those shipments and see what's so important that you're protecting. Just something to digest.
Do you know what's inside?
Shit, girl, if I knew it was inside, I would have just told you instead of having you go look.
Oh, I thought you were being mysterious.
She just snorts.
Yeah, we're not really the mysterious type.
It's like,
Oh,
fucking
okay.
Malkavians.
Give Sybil a pat on the head.
You don't have to tell them that you looked inside. That can be your mystery. But you should probably know what you're protecting if you're going to work for the Camerilla. No doubt it's nothing good, though.
Oh, definitely not.
And just don't forget our arrangement. We end up knowing where the Chantry is located after we divert our attention for the time being. Secure those shipments. Let us know when it's done so that we can resume our work for Big B.
That works well for me. And Aldrich will hold out his hand.
And she reaches out and she grabs yours as well. I will need something from you because she is a gangrel and she doesn't know how to not be too strong. This will just be an opposed grapple. Or at least a... this will be more to, like, how firmly do you grip it so that she doesn't squeeze too hard and hurt your hand. Just give me a strength athletics, please. I already know how hilariously this is going to go for Aldrich.
So is Josie on, like, it's like a circle boost, right?
Yeah, it's one of those, like, half-circle booths, and there's, like, some
Yeah.
space between the two of you. But I imagine Josie probably sat close,
Yeah,
like, on the...
Closer to them.
Well, it's
Well,
as good
in,
as
like,
it
the
can
middle
get.
spot where it's, like, they're
Yeah.
on your side and then you're closest to them.
Yeah.
It's the best he's got.
It is
The best I got.
Wow. Yeah, it's one of those firm grips where she squeezes really hard and you feel just the bones kind of like crumple in on themselves. And then she kind of realizes, shakes her head, and she says, "Fine, we'll do it the old way." And then she just clasps you at the wrist and lets you do the same thing so that you see that she's not holding a dagger in her bracers. And she just kind of pulls you in close, gives you a quick headbutt, and says, "Fine, deal is struck."
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you all.
Yeah, it was fun. After...
Now's the time to drink to party?
Absolutely. And they...
Cool.
All four of them grab their tankards and they knock them back quickly.
I do the same.
Anybody
I'll
else?
join.
Aldrich?
Yes.
Good. Because the wonderful thing about being vampires is alcohol doesn't affect you at
It
all.
tastes like honey.
You can taste it, you can enjoy it, but in about an hour, you'll all have to go outside and puke the entire contents of your stomach up because it won't sit for very long. And so, that's probably where that night goes. It's just a night of you all enjoying time, getting to know the Valkyries. They seem to really take a shine to Sybil after a while, even if her Malkavian mannerisms get on their nerves from time to time. They are also surprisingly friendly to Aldrich, even though he's probably the only male in this entire biker bar. But they're friendly enough to him, even welcoming. They don't treat him any differently. But when it gets close to the time for sunrise, how do you all decide to get back? Or do you just ask the Valkyries for a ride?
I was gonna say, we just asked them.
Alex super excited.
Aldrich, would you mind?
Actually, yes, unfortunately.
Aldrich rides bitch with no one.
Alright. Would you
It's
mind
more
bringing...
that seeing us with the people that are going to go fuck things up across the river is not the best look.
Oh, that's fair. Aldrich, 2 steps ahead.
I look disappointed, but I agree. Wait, no idea.
What?
May I see through one of your eyes?
The hell is she talking about?
Sybil, you probably don't want to do that to people you just met.
I'm just asking nicely. Will you let me see
She
through
wants
your
to
eyes?
know if she can use her little powers to share your senses.
Can maybe I do it to you?
Ah, what the hell?
To me?
No, what the hell? We've put up with her all night. Why not? We can indulge her for a moment.
Hey, I don't get hungrier. And I'll just post this. Oh, whoops.
Oop,
Wrong one.
you still don't get hungrier.
Display. There you go. Yeah, I give her a hug and do share the senses. Thank you. I step back.
I should probably be smart as well. Aldrich, how are you getting back?
They normally have a way so you can just contact a cab, right?
Yep.
I'll do that.
Alright, so you call yourself a cab.
So where's our second hideout?
Hmm.
You don't have a second hideout?
Oh no.
Yeah, where are we gonna sleep today?
Are the 2 of you staying with the Valkyries?
No, I was gonna go back with Aldrich,
Okay.
wherever he was going.
Alright, so you all call yourself the cab then. Sybil, you share sight with the Valkyries. You end up seeing each of the 4 women. They are tall, broadly built. They have the, like, MMA fighter type of physique where it's really well-defined muscle, but it's not, like,
They're
horrible.
chiseled.
It's chiseled, but it's not horrible Frankenstein monstrosity Last of Us 2 type of bodybuilder buff. And they each have like various degrees of side shave, one side, the other, both. But what is of their hair is braided or has little ties, and they look very much the part of what they're playing. They look like biker Vikings. And so, as you look them over, they're just kind of like, this is weird. And she breaks the connection after a minute. But you all take the taxi back, and unless otherwise directed, it's going to drop you back off outside the getaway.
I did say when it first happened, that I was working on finding a second location for us.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have found anything by now, or?
Sure. Where would you like to be? You have the resources where you can pick anywhere you want. You mean like a general location and what sort of establishment you'd like? Because you have to remember Daniel's off taking care of a body for you. So
Yeah.
Like, are you just looking for a hotel?
No, something more permanent. I think it would be.
I mean, Josie has an apartment. You all could just crash in for a night.
Yeah, it does have a lot of windows, though.
You have those covered up, I'd hope.
I do, yeah.
Maybe something in East Vancouver, just.
So a bit east. That's fine. All right. So you make arrangements for something in Burnaby, because that's what's immediately on my map. There's probably there's likely a house with a basement that you guys could, with your finances, you could rush purchase and get the keys for fairly quickly. This is something you would have been working on the last couple
We've had
of
about
nights. Considering everything that's happened and how long ago the attack had happened. So with the basement, it would only be a matter of like covering up one window, and all that would take is like a few heavy black trash bags and some strong duct tape, and making sure that where you all lay down for the night isn't within any accidental sun rays that might slip through if it happens. But it is what you said. It is just a temporary and makeshift sort of thing. When you get there, your coffins are situated in the room for you to all find a nice, comfortable spot. But there is no security or anything of the like set up. But there's also no reason for anyone to suspect that this is where you are for now.
I cocoon myself in a carpet.
And that's why we took a cab back and not another Uber.
Yep. And this is what is your finance at? I know you have money. I can't think of what the exact number is.
Currently, it is at 2 dots.
2 dots? Okay, so you don't get yourself
to send me back one, or...
No, I'm not worried about that. It's not going to get you to a gated community or anything, though.
Yeah,
so
it's middle class.
Mm-hmm. You've got a nice little suburb. You specifically pick one that's like at the end of the lane and off to the side, so that it doesn't have too many houses around it or people who can onlook. But you situate yourselves in and get comfortable for the night. And so day passes. Did you all have anything you want to immediately do within the next couple days, or can I fast forward?
To contact the Tremere and get access to the Book of Nod?
That's not going to be something they will consider resolved in one night.
I know. Well, okay. I think the other
But, I do think it wouldn't be a bad idea to go and secure the shipments, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
And then we will also contact Tremere and say, you shouldn't have problems from now on after we do that.
All right, so we'll just say 1 day passes then. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say, if there's any time to...
Tonight? No. You guys are going to bed.
No, not tonight. Just over the next
day.
Few days or so.
We're only focused on the one
Okay.
day because Aldrich said he wants to do this now.
That's fair.
Okay, so 1 day. Everybody in agreement?
Yes.
Okay, been quiet.
Yep.
Okay, so day passes and the sun sets and it shifts over into night again. And so, as you all awaken, please, one more rouse check.
There it is! Yeah!
Did you
Wait,
find
was
your
it in the
notebook?
laundry? Oh, okay. No, it's my
Your
team member
pods?
discount card for Michael's.
Oh.
No, I have my AirPods. I haven't been able to
We're trying to
find my
narrow
discount
down all the things you lost tonight. Which one is it?
I lost everything. I have ADHD. I lose everything.
It's fair. I do too. Rouse check for me, please.
Yes.
Oh, and I heal a little more.
You do heal a little more.
I think I need
Oh,
to make
shit.
more rouse checks.
Josie
though.
gets hungrier. Yes, if you want to continue healing, you will need to make more rouse checks.
Okay. Now remind me to willfully heal myself the not aggravated damage.
For superficial, it's a rouse check per superficial damage.
Gotcha.
Until you start upping your blood potency.
Okay.
You good there? Or did you want to keep going?
I am at 3 hunger, so I think it's a bit dangerous for me to...
At 4, it starts becoming dangerous, yes.
Yeah.
So,
And if you fail 5, you don't wake up.
Yep. Well, at 4, you risk killing people, so that's where that danger comes in. So, it is the next night. 2 of you wake up much hungrier than when you had put down. Aldrich, you feel fine. The hunger from the beast still gnaws at you, but it is not very insistent behind the cage. Josie and Sybil, however, you could eat.
I could eat.
Yeah, I could too.
And so you all find yourselves in the basement of the newly acquired two-story house that is largely unfurnished, but it's nighttime. The streetlights are out. The snow has largely melted away this winter night, and it is cool enough that you all don't have to super bundle up to pass off as humans, but a coat would still be recommended. What are your plans now that you're up?
I absolutely throw on a coat. And... can we get breakfast on the way?
Where were you going to go?
We're in a neighborhood. Can I sneak into someone's room?
Technically, yes.
You'd like to risk that?
They wouldn't know I'm there. Do you have another idea?
Well, it's also not our territory.
Oh. Okay. I trust
You can poach. Technically, none of this is your territory. You haven't had territory.
There's the rack, but getting you in there can be difficult.
I might be hunted there.
Do we bring any blood bags with us?
think you had any left. I think you spent yours to spend them
Yeah,
all.
that's out of. I mean, in character.
No, I believe Sable drank them all last time.
Oh yeah, because I got skewered.
Yeah, I think you used
Yeah.
them all to keep her alive.
Okay, well, I mean, we could always go somewhere again together, or I could go get us something. I don't care.
If you want to point me in the direction of a first floor bedroom, I think I can sneak in easy enough. I can smell the blood and feed. If not, if you would rather.
I mean, I think two people going out hunting together is more risky than each of us going by ourselves. However, you also can't see.
She
If you
is
can
blind.
smell.
If I can feel a bedroom window, I can find the blood.
Okay, but Sybil,
Yes?
what if the window's locked?
And I unlock it.
You know how to pick a lock.
From the outside.
Yes. No. Yes. Maybe.
Are you mixing Mike's Hard Lemonades with Dr. Pepper?
No. I'm drinking the Mike's first, and then I'm gonna drink the Dr. Pepper.
Tummy mixing. Got it.
I don't care what we do. I just want to go eat.
If you have a better idea, I'm open.
As soon as you say, I don't care, I want to go eat, your phone buzzes, Josie.
I'll look at it.
There's a text message for you. But it's not who you were eye-rolling expecting it from. It's from your friend across the hall, whose name I have to remember because it's written
Carmen.
down. What's that?
Carmen.
Carmen, that's it. It is a
Carmen
message.
San Diego.
Yeah, it's a message. It's a message from Carmen. And it says, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?"
What are we doing tonight? Again?
Well, you wanted you to maybe have a date with someone. And
We wanted to check out the Tremere's shipments and secure them.
yeah, that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say, I'll text back and say I have some work to do. But I'll let you know if I get done early. I'll just text that.
Okay. After a minute or so, some messages start popping up, and it says, Cool, understand. Hey, when you're done, you should come to this club, Lujon. And it says,
Is that the same
Next-
club Audrey was going to?
yes. And another message pops up, says, met some cool people there last night. Met a nice girl. And then she sends a picture, and there's her and Audrey making the little peace symbols as they're taking a selfie.
Josie will laugh because out of character I know what this could be. In character she has no idea. She will say, LOL, that's funny. I met her the other night as well, and then send it. I was actually supposed to go out with her to the club last night, but something popped up, and then I sent it. So
And-
cool that you met each other.
Yeah.
We should all
and
hang out again.
there's a response. It has like the little devil horn emoji, and it says, "Aha, stole your kill."
I'll say, I'll send back and say, no, I mean, you can have her if you want. I like
And
keeping my options open. And I'll send it.
last message, promise not to get jealous.
I send back promise with a thumbs up.
You send back, am I included?
Ha. Sybil, put that phone down. Oh, but yeah, Josie has been nose deep in her cell phone after you all started explaining what the plan was. It's like, hold on, I've got to take this. Relevant
Josie.
plot.
Yes.
I can try to contact someone to get us some more blood bags for Sybil, but that could take a minute.
Sybil, are you okay with waiting a little? I think that would be the better idea.
You could take her to Lujan to feed.
You're just
She's a
determined to get us
14-year-old.
there.
It's almost like there's plot there or something.
It's almost like there's plot there.
I know, but she's... The only problem with the club is that she's a child.
Exactly.
So I feel like it would be more noticeable. Like, we wouldn't be drawing attention away from ourselves. We would have to go to a less populated area, because going to a club, which is very populated, everyone will obviously be looking at the child that is there.
I mean, you could just be doing the world a favor and getting rid of a scumbag.
Did you just call me a scumbag?
No. I definitely said by eating the person who tries to hit on the child is a scumbag.
Oh, okay. I mean, hey. That is true.
I'm saying more like not the person who tries to hit on the kid, and more like
The two people bringing a child into a club.
yeah.
As Frost stated, it's take your kid to drink night.
We've already done that
It's
though.
themed.
Yeah, I was waiting for the bartender or somebody to
Yeah.
say you can't have that.
Can't
But it
have
never
that
happened.
You want to
being
fuck with
here.
the Valkyries?
That is fair.
It's true. Maybe they just assumed you were old enough.
Maybe. I can wear a disguise, maybe a mustache, and then nobody will know how old I am.
See, I understand that there's plot there.
I'm gonna go call them Daniel.
Yeah. However, I think Josie views that as something that she's doing on the side. Just like, going out and having fun, and obviously this mission comes first, so she would say,
Oh,
get
absolutely. You should
drink.
always treat the mission first. I'm just telling you that the world is moving with you guys.
Yeah. No, I know. Me as a player definitely knows that, and definitely knows that there's probably a reason why this sketchy girl has come in contact with my touchstone. But, Josie doesn't.
It's the easiest stone to touch.
Literally.
I mean, have you seen Aldrix? It's a mess.
I haven't, actually.
Can't really fuck with it.
I mean, you could.
I mean, I could. But I can't. And then Sybil's? Oof. I don't actually remember what yours is.
I was gonna change mine.
Oh yeah, there is literally not much there.
Here. I'm adding a new one that you might like.
Okay. So, you call Daniel. You hear the phone ring upstairs in the kitchen. And then It
I go
answers.
upstairs.
Yeah, it's like you start going upstairs, and then you like as you get to the basement door, you hear it answer, and it's like, "How'd you sleep, boss?" And he opens the door up, and you see Daniel standing there, and then a sword goes through his chest because touchstones.
There you go.
Great. But yeah, Daniel's standing at the top of the stairs, there to greet you guys.
Hey, Daniel.
I mean, that's not really a touchstone. That's just a rando you got a name of.
But I liked him.
Okay. I'm sure he will come back somehow.
I could come up
So
with
either way,
more
what
if
we
you
need
want.
to do is we need to get to the airport, check it out, and then we need to contact the Tremere.
Sure, yeah.
First, we need blood bags.
I can handle that.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell Daniel to do it. Sorry.
Standing right here. Should I get the car ready for you?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I had a good night.
Everything went all right.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. Went out a bit. Well beyond the bay there. If he washes up, they shouldn't find him. Moved him to something a little more permanent, and called in a favor for some cement. So he's gonna be down there for a while, and when he comes up, it's gonna be really soggy. Oh man,
Well, it's not
do
our
you guys,
problem anymore.
do you guys like peel off when you're under the water? Like, you know how like if you're underwater too long, like the skin and stuff will that happen to you all if you're down there too long? That's fucked up. Huh.
Never had it happen. I wouldn't know.
Oh well, that's a problem to deal with another time. 100 years or so, once the cement is corroded away.
And he floats to the surface. Does he bloat?
Daniel goes to get the car.
I'm going to go contact one of my contacts.
All right, who are we contacting?
Miller Luca, he handles the blood side of when I was doing that.
That's right, we did establish that. You give him a call. Do you call or text?
Call.
All right. Miller answers the phone and he says, "This is Lucas."
Hello there. I'm here to remind you of our prior dealings and the deal we made. I require some more of the substance you offered.
Ah, yes, I remember this voice. Absolutely. How many are you going to need?
How many can you procure tonight?
Why don't you roll me a charisma? Charisma. Persuasion. More just to see what the number will be, not to convince him to give you an actual answer. Would you like to willpower? Well, no, don't, because I'm just going to use that number. He tells you he has 3. He has 3 available.
Yes, that'll work for tonight.
Great. You know the rates, just have it wired over before coming to pick it up.
I will. Thank you for your time. I will be by later.
Yes. And it's easy enough to have it transferred, the money transferred over. I'm assuming you're going to pick it up on the way to the airport.
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody doing anything else before you set off tonight?
Magic, would you prefer if I went off and hunted myself, or should I just take the bags?
To be frank, I don't have a preference.
I mean, your preference is to be frank.
With you, I don't mind. With Sybil, she needs someone to watch her.
You sure? You
Yeah,
remember what happened the last time Josie was left alone?
um, yeah, I mean, if on the way, if we could just stop somewhere real fast, I'll run off and run back. Not run. Normal run. If you're okay with making a pit stop.
Sure.
Cool. I mean, if it's an airport, we can always find someone in the cell lot, like, sleeping in their car.
It's true.
But then again, I don't like sleeping people.
If only we could all choose to be so picky.
I mean,
Make me venture.
I'm okay.
Daniel, are you ready?
Car's ready.
Awesome.
And I will go out and get into the car.
I will follow. And bring Sybil as well.
You drag Sybil along. Alright. So it doesn't take long. At least not long in terms of traversing one side of the city to the other. But from Burnaby to southern Vancouver to reach the international airport, it's just a straight shot down Southeast Marine. Well, actually, you'd go down Burnaby Road and then Southeast Marine. That gets you all the way to the airport. You all end up arriving at one of the cell phone lots where Daniel pulls in. He says, "So, how do we get onto the tarmac?"
The Valkyries told us where we could find the shipments.
Did you ask?
I assume we would have during that time.
Yeah, I suppose. Yep, they would have told you there's a hangar, but it is in fact on the airport tarmac. Something that's not open to the public. Josie would distinctly remember that that sort of thing didn't bother the Valkyries because they had a very hands-on approach to how they handled the airport.
Josie and I are good at being sneaky.
Sneaky is a loose word when it comes to what I'm good at.
Potentially good.
So is the fence just a normal chain link fence, or?
So I will tell you, as somebody who works at an airport, no, it is not just a simple chain link fence. Usually they are very high fences, barbed wire, and likely have cameras on them. So it's not just a simple matter of climbing it.
A question to anyone out of character. This is something that's already due to go to the Tremere, or they need to acquire it?
This
They've been bringing shipments in, and the Valkyries have been interrupting them.
Yes, this belongs to the Tremere, and the Valkyries have been keeping them from getting their shipments.
Okay. So what's your goal here is to is just to take a peek inside, or
Pretty much.
Okay, so not to like grab it and bring it to them.
No.
Okay. If you can get me to a computer, maybe I can do something about the camera.
Or I could just rip them up.
That's
Find a camera,
suspicious.
go. I mean, they've already been having people cause problems. AKA the people we just met with. They could just assume it's them.
Blame it on them, you mean? I suppose that's possible.
Actually, could I look up exactly what the Valkyries have been doing?
Yeah, actually.
I assume there'd be a news report or something.
I could see that being a possible. So why don't you give me intelligence technology to look that up? Get my technology revenge.
Do you want help?
I can look up some as well.
Possibly.
Wow.
Would you like to re-roll?
Fuck it, I'll get the one.
Was that a no on the re-roll then? Oh, there we go.
Yay!
Hey, it's 2. Okay. So yeah, you do a search, and sure enough, there's been news articles. You don't pull up anything like police reports, but you go through a news source that is reporting on biker gang activity striking Vancouver International Airport. The article summarizes to the journalist basically assuming that the attacks on the southern hangars seems to be related to gang activity, and the belief is they were interrupting or in disputes with another unidentified gang over drug shipments. The contents of the pallets haven't been investigated too deeply. Airport authority doesn't comment, etc., so forth. And for you, Aldrich, it's safe to assume that like the authorities didn't look into it because the Camerilla told them not to, sort of thing. They were just like, yeah, it's drug activity, it's under control, or they had their police under their thumb come in and make a false report going, yeah, we found these drugs and we got rid of it, it's fine, don't go back to that hangar and look around. So it's being written off as gang activity at the southern hangars.
Storyteller.
Yes?
May I make an occult roll to try and determine the kinds of things that Tremere might be interested in?
Oh, honey, that's a long list.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Do you want to narrow it down a little before you roll?
Yeah. Let's see. And I'm open to suggestions too. Kinds of things. It'd help if I knew where the shipment was coming from. I guess kind of going off the idea that I was sired by Camerilla kindred. Maybe the kinds of things that, or recent kind of like projects that they might have been interested in, especially with my sire's previous employer being interested in Vancouver. Would I be able to pull something off of that?
No.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say because your sire's interest in somebody who was interested in Vancouver doesn't really explain information about the Tremere, or why your Malkavian would know any information about the Tremere.
Okay.
Okay. Did you still want to try and roll?
Doesn't sound like I'll get much.
Okay. So, what are we doing then?
I need more information.
I mean, there's always the stereotypical, grab a guard, steal their clothes, walk in, that kind of thing. Maybe a TSA agent.
You will have to find one that looks exactly like you.
I know, I'm joking.
Wouldn't be hard for Josie. I imagine Aldrich would have trouble.
Yeah, I'm literally just a blonde girl and I can easily cut my hair.
It's true, it'll grow back the next night.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if you can get me into a little security place, I might be able to shut off the cameras or do something like make the loop.
I feel like getting into a security place would be harder than getting into the hangar itself. Personally.
How do you
So that's sort
plan
of the
on avoiding
first-
cameras then?
I don't know.
I might be able to get in.
How so?
Well, cameras can't really catch me on video. And neither can human eyes.
He's been
I think you're
on
onto
Sombra
something.
this whole time.
We could always... I think first step would be to try and get as close as we can to that hangar from, the road. Wherever it is. Can we pull the map of the airport?
What should we do then?
Well, we don't need to actually do much, we just want to see what's going on.
Yeah. And honestly, it was just a suggestion. It was a good suggestion, but we don't technically have to do it. It would definitely help us, though.
How often do things go through the airport gates?
Quite regularly. The intervals are probably not set to any sort of schedule. Anybody who goes in and out Actually, why don't we do this? You want to observe? You want to spend some time staking it out because that seems like the logical thing to do. Trying
Yeah.
to gather this
Yeah.
information. So yeah, you guys find a place to hole up. First thing I'm gonna need.
But we're not being obvious.
Yep. So I'm gonna need some Dex plus stealth rolls, please. And it's not going to be a high number because you are just being inconspicuous.
Is the police station no police is the airport considered urban?
Yes. Oh my goodness, that's a weird ambiance noise. Yeah, somebody in the cell phone lot just starts honking at you uncontrollably. Wow, good job, guys.
But that is 8 for me.
Josie honks the horn before realizing that the high beams were also on. But nobody could figure out where the honk came from because it's a full parking lot. But yeah, so nobody's going to notice that you guys are there doing a stakeout. Now, if somebody wants to give me just a investigation. Somebody give me a wits plus investigation roll, and there'll be 2 bonus dice for the other 2 helping. Whoever has the best roll should do it.
I
Would
have.
this
have none
count
of
as
investigation.
technically digging into secrets?
You know what? Sure. Yeah.
I have a total of 5 dice, just naturally.
I'm gonna say you can't do it because you're blind.
Mine would all be like hearing and stuff.
That is not what they're doing.
Okay.
He said he was observing the movement patterns of the people going through the gates and stakeout.
Okay.
I have a total of 2.
So probably
Dice.
8.
okay.
Oh,
Noted.
yep.
Please roll and remember your bonus dice.
That's what brings it up to an 8.
Alrighty. Hey, that's a critical at least.
Another crit, 7.
Would you like to re-roll any dice?
I think that'll be good.
Alright. So yes, you guys spend several hours watching, and once you realize that there really isn't a movement pattern to who goes in and out of the gates, what you do notice though is that anytime somebody goes through the security checkpoint, they produce a badge on it, and watching closely you see that each badge has their picture to identify them. The person who's at the gate verifies who's going through, and usually nobody's going through on foot through that main gate, but there is another door a ways away where somebody will swipe a card, punch in a code, and then go through. And if you spend any time watching that, you notice that every code that's getting punched in is different from the last one. These are things I know from working at the airport.
If you get me a badge, I can craft you a fake ID, maybe.
Ow.
I might be able to walk through with one of the trucks going through.
Alright. Do you want me in your eyes to help you search?
You know, that's not a terrible idea.
Alright. I can, I guess, hold the fort here.
I guess I'll keep the engine running.
I'll be with you.
And Daniel goes, that's my job.
I mean, like, keep you safe.
Yes, I think that'd be for the best.
I might get hungry. Just saying.
We did pick up the blood bags before we came here.
Okay. I'm gonna drink some.
I assumed you had done that already.
I do that now!
It's just like real fast before it's like, oh, okay, we're going. I guess I'll drink this real fast.
How many did we get?
3.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could always go hunt right now. Why
I
you
mean,
guys
that's a
do what
good
you
way to
do?
get a security key card. Or you could just pop yourself
Oh,
into one of
yeah.
those, one of the other cars sitting in the cell phone lot.
Yeah. See,
Alright, I'll reach out for Aldrich's hand.
unless I can find a blonde woman, security lady, that looks like me, I don't think I will.
And I will use Share the Senses to help him look around.
Alright, go ahead and burn another rouse check.
I did, I failed.
Alright, you get hungrier again.
I'll activate Unseen Passage.
Alright. And you get hungrier too. This is a good night.
Yep.
This is a good night. I like it. Alright.
Mhm.
So, Aldrich, the intention is to sneak through with one of the vehicles as it passes by.
Yes, and I have, I'm obfuscated, so nothing natural will be able to see me.
Yep.
And I also have Ghost in the Machine for the cameras.
Awesome.
Aldrich, when you reach out and touch something, I will try. I will wait and see if I get any insight.
Okay. You can't talk louder than a whisper.
Okay. Well, I mean, did you want me to sneak in with you, or am I just like
No.
in your head? Okay.
You're just looking
making
through
sure-
my eyes.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I will make my way to the gates.
Okay. Aldrich, as you move your way stealthily, it's easy enough to get behind this vehicle once it's pulled into neutral to wait for the security check to clear. Once it processes through, there's some small talk that goes between the security guard and the driver before he hands back the key card after giving it a once over or looking over his face. And then the gate starts to open and you slip past as the vehicle pulls forward and rumbles its way through. Once you do so, you find yourself on the tarmac. The black paved space is largely devoid of the snow that had been falling. Much of it had been clumped up and pushed off to the sides, meaning you don't leave any footprints either as you're moving. But it's not hard for you to make your way down to these southern hangars. Each of them looks the same. They're large, half-domed aluminum buildings with large, wide doors and windows that spot the sides. But with the description the Valkyries had given you, it's not long before you locate which one is the one you need to look for. Its doors are closed. A light is on above one of the doorways, but there sits the same familiar keypad that you had observed prior.
And that's the only way in.
Yes.
How big is the doorway?
It's a human-sized doorway. It's just a door. There's like the big double hangar doors as well, but this is a manned entrance.
Alright, I'm gonna go knock on the door, see if I can get someone's attention and slip through the door.
Okay. I like it. Give me a charisma.
For obfuscated stealth, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Usually for obfuscated stealth, you use wits instead of dexterity.
Okay. Give me... Because you're just going to be banging on it, And I'm pretty sure once you make contact with something, you're going to lose your stealth, right? Let's share the senses. Because that's one of the big things is you can't come into contact with a lot of stuff.
I think it's interacting with people that does that.
I think objects too. That might be the wrong one. Which one is the one that makes you invisible?
Unseen passage, but it uses the rules for obfuscate. And from what I'm reading, it is just if you're doing something directly to something, that makes it so that they can't ignore you. Like blocking a doorway, failing a pickpocket, or violent action.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll B. Then your wits plus performance. Because you're going to be trying to get someone's attention.
Misdirection.
Yeah, it's a misdirection. And then also make me a wits investigation. Now I feel bad that you rolled a 10. Also those hunger dice. Oof.
I mean, that is 6 successes against a mortal.
It is. Assuming there's a mortal in there. Wits perception, please.
Bum, bum, bum.
You called for investigation?
Wits percent. Yes, that. It'll work. So you end up hearing the sounds of boots on linoleum making its way towards the door. One of the lights on the interior flicks on before a head pokes through a little viewport window that's very small on the door. But you see somebody looking. They look left, they look right, and then you hear the sound of the electronic beep, 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 and then a door opens up and the person walks out and takes a look around, seeing that there's nothing there. And then they turn to go back inside.
Did I make it through, or?
Are you attempting to go past him?
Yes, not touch him, but make my way through and into the other, through the doorway.
Give me one more stealth roll, please. Because he's pretty much like right there in the door. So if you're going to try and maneuver past him, you'll have to do so carefully. Oh, that is a bestial success.
And I do have a question.
Okay.
When this person opens the door, is their aura an unnatural being?
I guess that's fair because you are looking through his eyes.
Yeah.
No. No,
Okay.
because we already established that it was immortal. Aldrich. Okay. So I have to do this as a bestial success. Okay, I know what it is. So yes, you slip by him, and pretty much as soon as you're through and in the doorway, he's turned because he doesn't want to be out in the cold any longer than he has to. So he's turned, he's closed the door, and he probably is very quick to get back inside. And so you didn't bump into him, but he collides with you going back inside. And so the two of you make contact, and he jumps back and pulls out a flashlight and quickly starts shining it around to try and see what he had come into contact with. And he just lets out a, hello?
So am I still obfuscated, or?
I'm gonna flip a coin. Huh. No. He flips around, shines a flashlight on you, And there you are, standing in front of him as he shines this light on you. And he says, "What the hell are you doing here?" And he starts to reach.
I'm going to hold up a hand, activate my Eyes of the Serpent and Awe. So I kind of have him locked in place.
Mm-hmm. Is that a rouse check?
No.
All right.
Neither of those are rouse checks.
Excellent. And so he...
Listen, it's fine. I'm supposed to be here. I was sent to investigate the drugs. I'm an investigator for the police. I'm sure you've heard all about it, right?
would you like to make me a persuasion roll?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
That's my persuasion.
Persuasion, manipulation, or charisma?
Manipulation, because you are lying out your ass.
I am absolutely lying out my ass. Holy shit, really?
Would you like to re-roll?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I figured as much. Oh my goodness, really? Would you like to re-roll? What the fuck?
This is my one thing, guys.
I know.
You're not heckling us about our dice rolls anymore.
Okay, so that's 5 successes. This is a mortal. It should be fine.
Yeah. So you look at him. You tell him everything's fine. You're a police investigator, and he has his eyes on you, and he kind of shakes his head, and he's like, "Oh no, police never came down here. The masters told us that was just going to be a story to tell the reporters. Shit, you're... Sorry, I should have recognized as soon as you came through. What can I do for you, sir?" It seems like he didn't buy your lie, but he immediately realized what was going on and is playing ball.
Yes. Well, they sent me to check up on what was happening down here, make sure nothing was going awry.
Right. Okay. Sure. Come on. I'll show you where it is. And he takes the flashlight off of your face in person. Excuse me. And starts walking. He leads you down to the back of the hangar, where there are a number of pallets with crates on them. And he says, "Yeah, they were all. We were able to recover most of the stuff and get it situated here. They're nice and tight, locked up. Nobody's been able to get into them since that last attack."
Tell me, how much of them they've been able to take overall?
They got the last 2 shipments, but this is the first 3, and then the 2 that have been here since then, since they stopped showing up 2 nights ago.
All right, open one of them up.
He kind of he looks like he hesitates at that for a moment, and he just is like, "Sir?"
They sent me to verify. I want to make sure I'm doing my part of the job properly.
Yeah, okay.
This won't come back to bite you, I promise.
That doesn't make me nervous at all. He gets up and grabs a crowbar from a nearby shelf, and he does in fact take a moment to kind of pry and lift it up. And as he lifts off the lid, you see packed straw lining the sides, and then inside one of these crates. And the crates are probably like 4x4 crates, but there is a dried up looking person, shaved, bare-headed. They're like huddled in like a hunch to be in there, and they look completely dried out like jerky. But it's a person. It's in there sitting, and they look completely drained and dried out.
Is there an aura on this corpse? Or none?
There is an aura.
Ooh, is it unnatural?
Yes.
Okay.
But Aldrich, you see that there is a body inside of this crate, and he immediately steps back, and he's like, "Oh shit!" and he covers his nose and mouth, and he's like, "That fucking stinks." Oh God, is that what
Yes.
you've been holding on to?
Close it back up.
Yeah, absolutely. He goes and gets the lid and a hammer, and he starts nailing it back in place. And he's like, "Oh shit, that's, whew." Look, I don't question what's going through here. It's more that smell's not gonna get out of here for hours, and I still got a shift to get through. Hey, are you
Well,
you're lucky you
What-
don't have to smell it.
what's your name?
Charles. No, not Charles. I've already used Charles.
I'm Charles 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I'm Charles 2 Electric Boogaloo. My name is... I did not expect to have to give my name, random name generator. Where are you? Quick name. Ah, yes, of course. My name is Hugh Man. Fenton, sir. Zachary Fenton.
Well, Zachary, and Alger's gonna like put his hand on the box just kind of casually. I'm going to tell them that you've been doing good down here.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Now, have a good evening. I've seen all I need to see.
Of course, absolutely.
And I gesture towards the door for him to take me over there.
Yep. You put your hand on the box, and I see that Sybil was prompting you to do so. Is there a reason that we need to know about?
I think Sybil wanted to force a premonition.
Well, I'm using Spirit's Touch.
Yes, you got
So yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted the declaration that you're doing a thing.
Yep, I just didn't want to interrupt.
Consumes emotional residue left by those who have handled the object or visited it. User gains insight into not only that person, but also what was done and under what circumstances. Well, rarely crystal clear. Oh God, I love giving you vague information. Information often provides leads impossible to gain from regular forensic. Okay, so Aldrich, as you touch it, because she's doing a power through you, which I'm assuming is a thing she can absolutely totally do.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair if it doesn't work, but
I'm
I like this
asking you, is it a
combination.
thing that you can do? Because all you're doing is supposed to be seeing through his eyes. You're not actually touching the object. Is there something that says you can do this? I want you to be confident you know how your powers work.
Since I'm sharing his location, I personally feel like I'm because I'm.
Does the power, does your powers say that you can use your powers through people you're viewing? Because you're not touching it, Aldrich is. I'm asking you, do you have something that says that you can do that?
Share the senses does say seeing, hearing, and feeling what they do.
I mean, yeah, that is true. She will be able to have those senses, but is she able to use her powers through Aldrich?
I think it depends on what the power says or does.
Okay. So, Spirit Touch's first sentence is by touching an inanimate object or the ground. So, you're not touching it. You're just getting the sensation of Aldrich touching it.
Okay.
So, we'll disregard your hunger roll. Okay. So, yes, Aldrich, you pass along your praises to him, gesture for him to show you out, and he doesn't hesitate. He swipes his key card again, punches in the number to open the door.
And I'll obfuscate again.
Yep. He just kind of, have a good night. Okay, he's gone. And he quickly closes the door again. Not any hungrier.
And I will make my way back and wait for a truck to go through.
Yep. And you do. It's not hard to retrace your steps back, and before long, you're back in the parking lot where Josie and Sybil are waiting for you.
Why that was happening, could I now make an occult roll by studying the corpse and how it just judging by how it may or may not be adorned.
You can make an occult roll to
Yes,
try
okay.
and figure out what they were doing. Maybe occult, intelligence occult.
And while that's
Well,
going on,
it's
can I
5.
hunt?
Sorry, what was Josie doing?
Oh, I was saying, while all that was going on, could I have hunted?
Yes, we'll take care of that next.
Yeah.
5 successes.
Yeah, it is 5 successes. So, with 5 successes, Sybil's limited knowledge of how the Tremere work will probably translate to you guessing that along with everything else that's been going on, you can start making educated guesses that the Tremere might be working with whatever big plan and ritual is going on. And being blood sorcerers, it's not too odd that they may have completely extracted the vitae from these individuals that are being carried over in these crates.
So when I come back to the group,
Let me do Kay's hunt roll first.
got it.
So yes, you have Alley Cat, I believe. Yes, you do.
Yeah,
So,
basically,
no, go ahead. Tell me what your plan is.
I want when someone pulls up into the cell phone lot to, and I don't know, gets out of their car.
Mhm.
I want to go at them, and then put them back in the car and make it look like they were just sleeping in their car,
Sure. Yeah.
waiting for someone.
That'll work. Give me a dex stealth first to make sure that you accomplish all of this without being seen, and then you'll do your alley cat roll to knock them out and get them down without them having to fight back or anything. Fantastic. Okay. Wow, it's a critical too. Oh, that's not good. Okay, give me your hunt roll.
Okay.
And your hunger is at 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, delightful. So this doesn't go the way you expected it to. I think you probably had intended to take this young man down quietly and carefully, and instead, as you were approaching, you probably were stealthy right up until you were about to pounce on this person who, this young man who had parked his car, left it running, and then had walked off and like climbed over one of those like little barricade fences, like the little the ones that have like the spokes and then like the aluminum railing that's only like waist high. He probably climbed over one of those and had wandered off into like some bushes or something to go pee, and you followed behind him, and basically while he's midstream you had stepped on a branch, and so you caught him by surprise and you bum rushed him, and so you knock him over and into this tree, and you knock him out as he goes down, and it's just a bit rougher than you expected. He's got an injury to his head, which you're not going to be able to cover up. It's probably gave him a concussion when you rammed him into this tree, but you are able to feed. So how much blood do you drink from him?
Gonna kill him.
You don't have to kill him.
I'm not going to.
Okay. So you dot it down. But the negative result of a double bestial is that you can assume that he has a concussion, and then you took some blood from him. So he's not in a good place. He might die. Mm-hmm. He might die. You're not supposed to, go to sleep when you get a concussion. And you've basically taken a lot of blood from him, and he's unconscious, and if you leave him in his car, it probably will be a while before somebody finds him to help. And he's also, bleeding. Also, his pants are probably, like, down around his knees, because you caught him while he was going to the bathroom. He didn't get you though. He didn't tinkle on you at all.
Yeah. That's what I thought you were gonna do, and I was gonna be like, seriously? Seriously?
No. You're failing.
I also thought you were going that direction.
No, you just caught him mid-scream, and he just was like, God, what the hell? And he tried not to pee on the person bum rushing him, which probably would have been a better choice for a defense mechanism, but no, he like turned.
Defensive whiz.
Yeah, he like turned and he tried to like run, but the pants were around his legs, so he slipped and you ran into him, and it's just a whole mess.
Well, first I want to close up the wound. I'm gonna lick it, however you do that.
Yes, you are able to lick up your bite wound, but his injury wound cannot be closed that way.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna bring him back to his car, and how far away is the ritual? We don't know. Never mind.
You could just leave him.
Yeah, I'm like, I could just leave him, but then again, at the same time, I was thinking I could always, like, call the police or something and be like, oh, this guy fell while he must have been drunk or something, I don't know, and now he has a concussion, and I gotta make sure he's okay. But I have to catch a flight.
But I have to catch
so
a
I gotta
flight.
go.
I mean, you could do that kind of thing. Like, making a concern call isn't out of the question.
No, real talk, I've seen people fall down the escalators and, like, other passengers are like, oh shit, that person fell, but I have a plane to catch. And so they'll just be like, hey, this person fell, and then they'll keep going.
That's basically, I feel like that's basically what what she's gonna do. She's gonna like make a
Okay, so for
concern call.
yeah, no, for that it's not hard to do because airport police have their own separate numbers, and in the cell phone lot, that number is posted somewhere within sight. So what I'll need from you is one of those rolls that you're great at. I'm gonna need a manipulation, persuasion, no, subterfuge, because you're really lying. You're covering for yourself. Manipulation, subterfuge, please. And it's not going to be a hard. It's not going to be a hard number, but it will be a number.
Oh wait, I have 1 dice. Will that even make it?
Yes, you just can't fail. It's just going to be a one. Target 1.
I'm re-rolling. No, I can't re-roll. Fuck!
Oh no!
If you killed them, you could have re-rolled.
I know.
The galaxy brain move.
I mean, oh gosh. So Josie, you call and you're like, shit, he's bleeding. There's blood everywhere. You have to get here, but I have a flight to catch. and they're
I gotta go.
And the dispatch is like, no, you fucking don't. You stay on the line, and you're like, okay, I'm sorry. And so they basically just are like, you are not getting off this line. Stay on the phone. Tell us where you are right now.
I tell them where I am.
You know, and so Aldrich, as you're coming back, both you and Sybil can see that there are flashing blue lights coming up the road. Or actually, there are flashing blue lights in the cell phone lot right now. And then there are 2 very upset-looking police officers standing beside Josie, as well as a paramedic that is currently taking care of this unconscious man. Josie, the police are very much not buying your story of just coming across this person. It looks like you're going to be in trouble unless somebody can come up with a good reason on why you were not the person responsible for this person's injury, considering there are witnesses in the cell phone lot who have said they saw you drag him out of the woods.
Well, I mean, I followed him to the woods.
Was that before or after his pants got stuck around his legs?
Before. I followed him to make sure he was okay. He was looking a little weird.
The 2 give each other a look and start writing some more down. And so he just bumped his head.
No, I scared him. I was trying to walk up behind him to make sure he was okay because he was like walking all weird and funny. And so I walked up behind him and then I stepped on a branch and he turned around and was like, "Wah!" and then fell over.
Like, I'm still in the car, but I'm like, I believe it.
I'm not telling the truth for that part.
I'm going to approach the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, officer, what's happening?
Well, your friend here says that she happened upon this person and startled them into receiving massive head trauma and a concussion.
How dare you assume she's my friend?
That's fair. This is a police investigation. It's none of your business. Go back to your vehicle. I did assume that they knew each other. Sorry. It's like a police investigation. Go back to your vehicle.
He's already said this is an assuming cop.
Yeah, that's fair. He could be. We'll go with the first line.
This guy is a witness for the parking lot. Just saying, he should be someone you're questioning as well.
They look to Aldrich. Is that true? Were you in this parking lot the entire time? Josie, why don't you give me another manipulation persuasion this time.
Okay, because I was like, I wasn't telling the lie about startling him.
Nope. You weren't covering for yourself. You're just You're just trying to convince them that Aldrich was here the whole time.
It's a 1.
Yeah, you kind of make like a frustrated sound. And you're like, you should just ask him. He's been here the whole damn time. Tell him, Aldrich. And they kind of look and they're like, yes, Aldrich. And they start writing something down. Tell us, what did you see?
Well, I didn't see much, but I do know that my friend here would never intentionally hurt someone, at least knowing that was not going to hurt her. I doubt she did this on purpose. If it makes it better, I'd be willing to pay his hospital bills.
Yeah, I imagine that would make him feel better. And they kind of look over to the paramedics and are like, is he going to be okay? And one of them gives like a thumbs up. And they're like, fine. We need your contact information so that we can forward it to the hospital.
I'll nod and I will write down one of the numbers I have.
And they're going to get the vehicle registration to verify that it's true. License plate, all of that fun stuff.
Alright, time to get a new car.
Yeah, so overall, the consequences of this is they now have Aldrich's information and vehicle registration as well. So they assure you they will be in touch to discuss.
And the whole time Josie's muttering just like all it was trying to do was trying to help someone. It was all in good graces, trying to make sure that they were okay after they were walking funny. But no, it all has to backfire on me. This is why I should never do anything good. Like Elphaba said, no good deed goes unpunished.
No. And so they, after being stuck there answering questions for a while, they finally turn you guys loose. So you all get back into the van, and Daniel just kind of gives Josie a look and is like, well, that went well.
It didn't go well. That was the whole point.
That was
Clearly.
sarcasm.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'll start investing in new abilities.
You know what?
Did not understand any of that.
I think I'll start investing in new abilities.
Oh, okay.
Ones that might be able to help you.
And anything as helpful is helpful.
Yep.
Okay.
Great. Are we heading back then?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. You're hungry. Could I just suggest, sharing one of the blood bags instead of jumping people in crowded parking lots?
I wanted to have a few for Civil.
Okay. He starts driving. Takes you all back.
So we
I
don't have to...
appreciate it.
Sybil, I'm just going to ask for the sake of posterity. There's no one in the car that shouldn't be.
How many auras do I sense?
In the car?
Yeah.
4.
I sense 4 auras.
Josie counts the people.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So there were bodies in the hangar drained of blood. That's what the Tremere has been importing in. And I assume that it's going to be used in this ritual.
Yeah, on that note, since the unseen... I need to read this, sorry. The supernatural aura that I was sensing, was it vampiric?
Yes.
Was it something similar to when I saw the thin blood vampires? Because you described that as like weaker, like a little faded, like it was faded. Was it kind of like that?
Yep.
they were more dusk-born. Still alive.
That makes sense.
It seems the Tremere are working with the skull.
I mean, I assume if they're doing a ritual, that they would need Tremere to help with that.
It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was different. I was just thinking. The one box we brought is nothing like these boxes.
The Baron said it would be a surprise.
I should finish the painting. Whatever that they are planning, it won't be good. It'll be very, very, very bad.
I mean, technically, what we're planning isn't good either.
What you're planning is on a smaller scale.
I think that's all we need to do tonight. Josie, Sybil, is there anywhere you would like to be dropped off?
What time of night is it? What time of the night is it?
You've spent much of the night. It's probably going on 3 a.m.
Okay. I'd just say if there's time, I'd like to try and I'd like to work my way to finishing that mural. If there's any time in the night. If not, I'm not gonna worry about it.
There's plenty of time. So go ahead and make me an art roll.
Art craft. Do you want craft dexterity or craft?
Craft dexterity will work.
Okay, dexterity. Get 1 bonus dice. I'm gonna reroll. Three successes.
Alrighty. You continue working on the mural.
And that's me for the rest of the night.
Anybody else have any big things they want to get done with the remaining half hour?
Not big things. I was just gonna text Carmen and say, hey, it's pretty late. Probably gonna head in for the night. We can hang tomorrow if that's cool. You're probably sleeping too, so.
Yeah, when you, how often does Josie check her phone?
This would be the next time she would have checked her phone after.
Okay. Yeah, you start typing out that message, and then you see that there was one that you hadn't seen since the last message, and it's just another, it's another picture, but it's one of those that you have to, like, accept for it to load up.
Mm-hmm.
And when you click it, it shows that there's a picture, and it's a picture of who you can clearly see is Carmen. She has blindfold, gag in her mouth, and she's tied to a chair, and it's a nondescript concrete looking room, And so she's just tied to the chair, and it just says, "Come to Lucian." Lucian. And I think that's where we'll stop tonight. We'll cut it a little early.
Well, there was something I was going to do, which
Oh,
is just
sorry.
contact Plan Tremere.
What's that? Oh, yeah, we can handle that.
Tell them that the job's done. It doesn't have to be a big scene.
Yeah. You'll get the message out to them. We'll cover that in full next week. But yeah. No, Josie's been kicking that plot thread down the road.
Yep. We'll continue to ignore it.
It's fine. We can keep
It's a matter of pride at this point.
You fucking forced my hand, Kay.
Yeah, I know. It interested me
You mean
enough.
Josie.
Like now, it's just beforehand. Like it was just like, hey, come hang out with me, and Josie's like, okay.
Yep.
Can't right now. Got more important shit.
No, I like how originally it was, I don't really think I want to go. Let's just go do this thing. And then it was, I got more important stuff to do. And it was like, I was like, okay, I guess we can hang out later. And now it's like, you need to come now.
Yeah.
Aubrey really wants that date.
You will hang out with me.
Josie was gonna text back and be like, hey, you okay, or is this just some kinky shit you didn't mean to send me?
No, it does.
Like...
It does not appear to be kinky shit. This looks like full-on kidnapping shit.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's where we'll wrap up for tonight. Hey, we got stuff done. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were largely productive too. So thank you everybody for watching. We've kept a consistent 14 all night. Thank you to the 2 raids from Astaney and from Wanwan, both bringing in a whole bunch of people.
Thank you guys. You were awesome.
Yeah, you guys were fantastic. Thanks for watching. We kept about half of you, which is good. That's a real accomplishment, I say. If you enjoyed it, check out some of our other shows that are going on. Tomorrow we don't really have anything going on, but I will be on Encounter Roleplay doing the season Q&A wrap-up finale of Cult I Am Pilgrim over on Encounter Roleplay, and then you may see Shay and I over there more for their next season of shows, because there's stuff that I applied for. I applied for like 3 different shows and told her to apply to 2, so maybe we'll be on there. Next thing we'll be on is Thursday here for Scum and Villainy Rocksteady. And you can find these other people in their other places. Like Shay does art, you should check it out. Kay does cosplay, it's pretty great. She posts pictures of Roger. But otherwise, y'all have a good night. We'll